Why are Hydro Flasks so popular and expensive? And are Hydro Flasks still worth buying in 2023? At Bottle Pro, we've been involved in the niche world of large water bottles since we released our first cup holder adapter in 2015. So we've seen and tested our fair share of bottles. Here we'll give you a quick history of Hydro Flask, and by the end of it you'll know more than you thought you ever needed to know about water bottles. Then we'll give our thoughts and recommendations about Hydro Flasks in particular, and we'll also let you know some good alternatives to Hydro Flasks in 2022 and 2023. And if you're in a hurry, skip to this point in the video to see our recommendations. Links for each product are in the description. Large reusable water bottles are winning over an increasing number of people for many reasons, with the most common being to improve hydration habits, to limit plastic waste, and to keep a cool drink nearby on a hot day or vice versa. Even if you don't think that much about bottles, we bet you've noticed more and more people carrying around awkwardly large water bottles, particularly in the last 5 to 10 years. The bottle brand with the most meteoric rise in popularity during that period is without a doubt Hydro Flask. When did Hydro Flasks become popular? Before Hydro Flask, the most common reusable water bottles that focused on the outdoor recreation industry were plastic bottles like Nalgene's or single-wall stainless steel bottles like Clean Canteens. Both bottle types have their own benefits and drawbacks, which we go into more detail in our previous post. There were also some insulated bottles like Stanley's, but they mostly had a rugged design that focused on utility. Each bottle brand had a loyal following in the outdoor recreation community, and to many outsiders, it seemed like the market was saturated. But then came along Hydro Flask and everything changed. The company was founded in 2009 and quickly began building a cult-like following of devoted users in the outdoor recreation community, particularly in Hawaii and on the western U.S. states. The company moved to Bend, Oregon, which is where Hydro Flask is still headquartered today. By 2012, as Hydro Flask really started gaining popularity, you may have started noticing people, usually Gen Zs or young millennials, carrying these bottles. Popularity continued to steadily increase until it peaked in 2019, when the Gen Z subculture known as Visco Girls received a lot of press and attention. Since peaking in 2019, Hydro Flask's search popularity based on Google Trends has fallen significantly, but the trend curve has mostly leveled off and continues to be significant, vastly outperforming previous market leaders like Nalgene and Clean Canteen. So how did Hydro Flask become such a staggering success as a brand and company? There are a few reasons, including having a high-quality product, marketing very effectively, and honestly having some lucky timing. Hydro Flask had a great product, but so did many other similar bottle brands at the time. Nalgene's had color options and are very durable. Clean Canteens had the easy-to-clean, plastic and BPA-free stainless steel option covered, and Stanley's and other thermos-style mugs had insulation. But Hydro Flask was the first company to effectively combine all of those benefits into one bottle. The rise of Hydro Flask cannot be fully explained without also considering the rise of social media, particularly Instagram. Instagram was launched in 2010 and it quickly became the must-have app for younger generations. With Hydro Flask starting around the same time frame and targeting similar customers, they were a natural fit. Hydro Flask began gaining traction from influencers, followers, and fans posting pictures of their colorful bottles, and with a healthy dose of FOMO, Hydro Flasks quickly became the go-to bottles for eco-conscious Gen Zs and millennials. Of course, all those factors don't matter without execution, and you really have to hand it to Hydro Flask with what they've accomplished. The company is a great example of what effective planning and execution can accomplish with a little bit of luck and timing. So now you know more than you ever thought you needed to know about the history of Hydro Flask. The original question remains, is a Hydro Flask still worth buying in 2023? The answer is a little subjective and depends on your situation. If you're doing okay financially and you want to buy a great product that will last for many years, it's hard to go wrong with a Hydro Flask. Or if you really want a well-known bottle brand but aren't into Hydro Flasks, consider Yeti, which also makes a great range of bottles that are at similar price points. But it's almost 2023, not 2012. Back in 2012, there weren't many other alternatives for insulated, colorful bottles. Nowadays, we see new bottle brands pop up every month, and honestly, many of them are just as good as Hydro Flasks and come with more accessories, all for a lower price. Based on what we've seen, you can just think of Hydro Flask's logo as $10 to $20 of your purchase. For many people, why spend that extra cost when you can get a great bottle from a company like Iron Flask, Thermo Flask, Takea, Simple Modern, Coldest, Arctic, or Hydrocell, and on and on and on. What are good alternatives to Hydro Flask in 2023? With the ever-expanding list of companies selling Hydro Flask ripoffs, we recommend sticking to the established competitors to make sure the quality is up to par. Here are a few of our favorite alternatives to Hydro Flasks in 2022 and looking ahead to 2023. We stuck to 40-ounce bottles for consistent comparisons. Takea, available for $27.99. This is a great mid-range alternative to Hydro Flask. Spend an extra few dollars and get the Takea Actives bottle, which comes with a matching silicone bottle boot to help prevent dents and dings. Iron Flask, available now for $28.95. Each Iron Flask comes with 3 lids, which can seem useful or wasteful depending on your point of view. We recommend getting an Iron Flask if you're not sure which lid you'd prefer yet, or if you're into unique color options, particularly gradients. Thermo Flask, available now for $44.99 as a 2-pack. Each bottle comes with 2 lids, just make sure you pick the correct option on Amazon. If you're looking to give a gift to a couple, considering getting Thermo Flasks because they seem to sell 2-packs more regularly. If you get one of these, we recommend the newer design with the wide loop handle, which looks similar to Takea's design. There are a lot of water bottle options in 2022, with more certainly coming onto the market in 2023. Many of these are great alternatives to expensive Hydro Flasks, but while each person may have their own reasons to buy from one brand or another, we believe the best water bottle is the one you're using, as long as it's reusable. Get a bottle for yourself, a friend, or a family member, and it'll help improve hydration habits while also minimizing plastic waste from single-use bottles. And those are both wonderful reasons to invest $20 to $50 in a new bottle that you can reuse for years to come. And regardless of which bottle you go with, keep Bottle Pro in mind. We sell a range of accessories for big bottles, including cup holder adapters, infusers, splash guards, and carrying pouches. Thanks for watching.